what's going on, everybody? It's Alan Thomas, aka Shadosassins, and today I'm doing something a little different. I currently have my upcoming webcomic Infinite Uppercut coming out in just a couple of weeks. Should be January 10th when I start to release my newest comic. Can't wait to start sharing that with everybody too, and I'll start discussing it more and whatnot the closer we get to that day, which is actually quickly approaching. It really is 2 weeks. Wow, it's 2 weeks. For anyone wondering, it's actually the webcomic that I have been working on for the last, I'd say 6 months, maybe even less than that. A lot of you have actually been following me throughout the entire process of me working on this comic. So thanks to everybody who has. Really appreciate that. And I've had a ton of fun. I'll start getting info about the comic, what it's about, and little other things. Like I said, the closer we get to the 10th. This actual video is just going to be about basically what I've been doing lately outside of that. Recently went ahead and pre-ordered Mortal Kombat 11. Another big thing with anyone that's a fan of my channel, I love Mortal Kombat. I really love Mortal Kombat. It actually is a bit of an influence for the comic that I'm working on now. I actually have a YouTube video you can go ahead and look on my channel, or I'll post a link in the description of how Mortal Kombat changed my life. I know that sounds pretty crazy for such a violent video game to have changed my life, but I absolutely love it, and it's very inspirational to me. Speaking of violence, that trailer is amazing. I can't believe I haven't talked about this sooner, but that trailer, I honestly didn't even know what to say. Oh my God, just how real the trailer looked. And of course the game isn't gonna look like that. We all know that, of course, but it still looked amazing. I'm also one of the people out there that didn't mind the music in the trailer. I guess people's heads were like ready to start exploding. They were so angry when they heard 21 Savage on the trailer. I didn't mind that much. I actually didn't mind 21 Savage as much as I did Wiz Khalifa on the Mortal Kombat X trailer, but that's a whole nother story. As far as, I think there was a tweet that was made that the footage that you saw of the trailer was extremely close to actual gameplay, which I imagined. I think like the X-rays and whatnot in the gameplay trailer are gonna be slightly different. They're not X-rays anymore. I think they're just brutal attacks, which to me means that the fatalities are going to be worse in a good way this time around, as in more violent. So of course, if those are going to be more violent, then they've got to tone down something. So I imagine it would be the X-rays. I mean, they can't just up the violence every single game. It's going to come to a point where they're legally not going to be able to release the game. All adults only video games are banned, so they wouldn't be able to do that. Oh my God, but I can't wait. I was shocked when Raiden killed Scorpion in the trailer, because that simply never happens, but I should have known better. Of course, another Scorpion appears and just blows right through Raiden's torso, which didn't make sense how his spine was still intact, but it's Mortal Kombat, whatever, it gets a pass. It looked awesome. Just the classic Scorpion with the MK3 outfit with the MK2 mask. I'm a nerd, I know these things. Oh God, it looked amazing. And then the whoever Hourglass lady is that was reversing the sand in the hourglass, that was very interesting. I always did love the story mode in Mortal Kombat games. I'm one of those people that actually play fighting games and do care about the story. Clearly I do, because stories from fighting games, for better or for worse, influence a lot of the comics that I work on, and a lot of my artwork in general, to be quite honest. Pretty soon I will be doing Mortal Kombat X speed painting. I already have a plan at some point in the next coming days or weeks to get in a dark rating painting. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that trailer was awesome. And I almost forgot to touch on the weird Shao Kahn thing at the end. I saw other YouTubers that were pointing out how he had like a dragon arm or some type of reptilian arm on his body. I didn't even catch that the first time. There's some YouTubers that are on this stuff. I don't know if that's supposed to be the arm of the Dragon King or what's going on there, but it looks pretty cool. But he's a pre-order, so I wouldn't imagine that Shao Kahn is going to be that significant to the game. I honestly don't even like the fact that he's a pre-order, because that means he's going to be a very spam-like character the way that Goro was in the last one. And Goro was pretty frustrating in his own right, but whatever. I'm hyped about Mortal Kombat 11. This also will not be the only time you hear me talk about this game in the next couple of weeks, so just be prepared. Other things that I've been working on or just doing lately, other than working on my webcomic, I've done a lot of webcomic work and watching classic wrestling on the WWE Network. And I watched one of my favorite Monday Night Raws ever recently, and it's a Raw that I like to refer to as the Kane edition of Monday Night Raw. I think it's November 2nd, 1998. And it's pretty much when Kane interfered in about 85% of the show. He beat up everybody. He almost chokeslammed a pregnant woman. I think he tried to set the Brood on fire, or was that the week after? I'm not sure. He set a steel cage on fire, which logically makes no sense. It was awesome. I absolutely love that Monday Night Raw. It was, if I'm not mistaken, the week after Vince McMahon had pissed his pants. Oh, no, not. Oh, was it? No, it was 2 weeks after Vince McMahon had pissed his pants on live television. So the attitude era of wrestling was very weird in 1998, kids. But I absolutely loved that episode of Monday Night Raw. Kane was a complete monster, and it was fantastic. Yeah, I watched that recently, and I've also been watching classic WCW pay-per-views. I've been watching a lot of old wrestling just because, and I'm not going to sit here and be the guy that complains about current day WWE, but I really just haven't been that interested in it lately. I know I probably will be around the Royal Rumble time because I always am, but I don't know, just haven't been that into it lately. I've pretty much just been keeping up with Raw and SmackDown on YouTube. I have been watching NXT though, the past 2 or 3 weeks. I actually gotten out of watching NXT on a regular like I had been. I think I haven't watched an episode of NXT since like the week before the last takeover. So I'm starting to get back into that. And that's not due to like, that's just got too many things going on. So I keep forgetting to watch NXT on Wednesday. So that's all that is. I'm just legitimately not watching Raw and SmackDown right now, which SmackDown doesn't really bother me that much, but I cannot sit and dedicate 3 hours every week to Monday Night Raw. I just can't. And it's not that I hate the show or anything like that. It's just that it's a long time. There's like a million different hours of wrestling every week, and I'm a fan of a lot of it. But I have a limit. Like, I've been a wrestling fan since I was a child, but there's still only but so much I can take. And the Wrestle Kingdom New Japan show is next Friday or Thursday. I'm not sure how January 4th in the Pacific lines up for me in the East Coast of the United States, but I'm going to end up watching that. So there's New Japan I need to catch up on. I've watched Final Battle for Ring of Honor, so I've been looking at that. I recently got the Fight TV app on my phone, which is amazing, by the way, and I've actually been catching up on Impact Wrestling. That's not as bad as I remember it being. It's actually pretty decent in my opinion. And then there's the main roster WWE stuff, and it's like I still have a life. Like there's still was so much wrestling I can tolerate. And 3 hours of Raw is just, I had to draw the line somewhere, and that is it. I am not sitting up and watching 3 hours of Baron Corbin. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been watching lately. Oh, before I get done with this wrestling rant in this video, I watched the Great American Bash 1998, and it's such a weird show. Once again, wrestling was very odd in 1998, and this was WCW. So weird, like the main event was Sting wrestling against the Big Show for the or the Giant, as he was known at the time, for the tag team championships, which I had almost forgot about. Which is weird. The tag team champions were wrestling each other for the tag titles. Absolutely ridiculous. And then they're in two different factions of the NWO. The Giant came to the ring smoking a cigarette. I can't remember very often times of that happening outside of ECW with the Sandman, or like R-Truth in 2011. There was just so much weird stuff. Canyon did a run-in in a match with Saturn, but he had somebody in a fake Mortis outfit come out and he attacked Saturn from behind. That blew my mind when I saw it. Chris Jericho wins the Cruiserweight title by DQ. And for anybody that's a wrestling fan that hasn't seen this show in a while, just watch the vignette with Juventud Guerrera. It's the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen. It's so unexplainable. You would just have to watch the pay-per-view for yourself. If you have the WWE Network, look for the Great American Bash 1998. It's the strangest thing. Just him in shades and steps. Like I can't explain anything else. Like it's just so odd. But yeah, that's pretty much wrestling. Watching lots of Bakuman and Mortal Kombat 11, which I think has me in a complete fighting game trance right now. That trailer actually made me start playing a lot more old fighting games almost for inspiration lately. Like I came very close to and I still think I might do it, finding the Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD collections just to play those games back again. I love those games, and I wish 2 was involved in the collection too, but whatever. The 1 and 3 is good enough, but I'm really close to getting those. I absolutely love those 2 games. I've played a lot of Tekken 2 lately. That game is aged so poorly, but I still love it. Been playing and when I say playing a lot of it, I really don't mean a lot. I just mean when I take a break from drawing or doing my comics, I go in the room and play video games for a few minutes. That's pretty much it. But yeah, that some Mortal Kombat. I've played a lot of Street Fighter 2 and got my ass handed to me. So yeah, this has been outside of the time I've spent with my family the last couple of days, or I say the last week. That's pretty much all I've been doing. So yeah, this has just been a video ranting about the little ongoings of my life. I'm not even sure how interested and entertaining this is, but I honestly may be doing this more often. Just to give people a heads up as to what I have going on, or if there's anything that you're interested in or any questions that you may have for me, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. I may or may not comment on it. I'll try to, depending on what the question is. But yeah, this is my little commentary on the happenings or lack thereof, depending on how you look at it, in my life as of late. And like I said before, I'm really planning on getting my new webcomic out in a couple of weeks. Let me say about 2 weeks on January 10th. I think I've said that enough times in this video. So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to continue getting to work, as you can see me working on in this video. So enjoy the rest of your holidays, everybody, and I will see you all hopefully sometime before 2019. If not, have a happy new year, and I'm out.